Hello, everyone. My name is Fitzgerald Stevens, and welcome again to Find Ways to Win. Hope you guys have had a great day. Hope you got a great week. I know it's been a while since I made some streams. Had to deal with some very vital personal problems. One day I'll probably get into it, but not today. It was a great loss, and I'm still trying to process that. But nevertheless, this stream is about you. I'd like to thank all my people who have subscribed, the new subscribers, those who will subscribe. Hopefully, you guys are getting something out of this channel, and let's just make your life a little bit better, and at least attempt to do that. The title of this stream is "Ask for What You Want." Ask for what you want. Seems a very simple thing to do, but you'll be amazed how many people can't seem to put that together. But sometimes people have a very hard time of asking exactly what they want. They just think that if they sit up there and look sad, or maybe if they keep silent, or better yet, the person's just going to automatically be a mind reader and just know exactly what they want and give it to them how they want it, as much as they want, with the number they want. Ladies and gentlemen, life doesn't work like that. I'm going to let you know a pretty interesting thing about the human psyche. People like to be asked. People like to be asked. I've been in many situations where I asked for something I didn't want, and was upset that I got it. I didn't ask for something I wanted, and was upset when I didn't get it. And then I've been on the other end of asking for what I want. And often I do get it. I mean, I just expect it. For example, I was sitting at work today, and what happened to be talking to a lady while we were both interested in getting a cup of coffee. Well, we struck up a conversation, and while she was on her destination, and I was heading back to mine, and it went pretty well. So I said, hey, I said to the cashier, I'll go ahead and get her coffee for her. And the lady said, no, you don't have to do that. And I immediately turned around, as I've done time and time before. I said, okay, being you're turning down my hospitality, why don't you get me a cup of coffee? That's what I wanted. Okay. And I boldly asked for it, expecting to get it. And guess what? She said, great, I will get that for you. And I said, well, let that be a lesson to you. Next time someone tries to do something for you, you're real cool, just take it. And just go ahead and do that. So I walked out with coffee because I simply asked for it. Now, that's a little small thing, but it also works on a bigger scale. You have to make a demand on things. You have to make a demand on what you want. Now, I'm not going to tie this into people. I'm not going to look at ask for what you want. You want a particular person, although sometimes that can fit too. But I'm going to just talk about objects and things. And you can't be bashful. You can't be shy. If you want something, not only do you have to go after it, but the first primary thing is you got to ask for it. If you want that raise, ask for it. If you want to have a better quality of life or a promotion, ask for it. If you want the job, ask for it. If you want to go on a date with the man or the woman, ask. People need to be asked. They enjoy being asked, and asking is a form of respect. It's a form of boldness. It's a form of confidence that many people simply don't have, and they're upset when they don't get what they have mentally put in their mind. You got to verbalize it, and you got to speak. And that's the thing about asking. You got to ask with your mouth. You can't think it, you can't hope it, and you can't osmose it. You got to go ahead and make a demand on that. That's going to help you so much in life if you get that little lesson together, because people need to hear you make a demand on what you're gunning for. Leaders don't mind if you ask them. Bosses people in at Titans and Commerce and business and sports, they don't mind if you ask. They're waiting for it. You may have a great mentor in your circle that can really take your life and your business to the next level, but you're afraid to ask them for their time. You're afraid to ask them, if they would consider, meeting with you. You're afraid to ask the bank for the loan. You're afraid to ask for the promotion. You're afraid to ask the girl or the guy out, and so it's little wonder, why you're not really succeeding as much as you possibly can, as much as you would like to. You have to make demands. Life works on demands, and often a demand is made by speaking. Now, there are other ways that you could do it non-verbally, but we're primarily talking about simply communication. That the word, hey, I'm going to ask for what I want. I'm not going to sit by and let things go by. I mean, let's look at this. What's the worst thing that could happen? They say no. Best thing that could happen, they say yes. No, I'd rather ask than sit up there and wonder or be afraid and like saying, hey, I wonder if I would have asked, would I have received that? I wonder if I would have asked for the number I think I'm worth to get paid and compensated. Maybe I would have got it just going, as opposed to having a conversation and someone say, what are your salary demands? Well, anything you give me. Or the range is like from 60 to 103,000. What's wrong with asking for the 103,000? What's wrong with that? Or you call yourself going in there thinking you're being humble when you're really not. It's actually being coward. But that you just go in there and say, hey, I'll just take the 63. I'll just take the basic starting salary. Well, they probably would have just gave you the 103 anyway. All you had to do is make a demand or ask. Or what if they didn't give you the 103? What if they just came in with 90? But still, that is a whole lot more than 60. But by you simply asking, asking shows confidence. Asking shows people that, hey, you know what? I am a leader. I'm bold. I'm brash. I'm able to ask you, so therefore I can ask the customer. Therefore, I can ask the clients. I can ask them to give us more. I can place us in a better position. I can place myself in a better position. You can place yourself in a better position by simply ask. Could it be that people are already prepared? People are already prepared to give you exactly what you ask, but you don't get it because you didn't ask. I know don't look at that as a tongue twister. I'll say it again. People are prepared to give you what you ask. Could it be? But you don't get it because you don't ask. Any little thing won't do. You have to ask for exactly for what you want. No, provided you have the skill set, provided you have the experience, provided you have a couple factors in place. What's wrong with asking? What's wrong with asking someone out on a date? Or what's wrong with asking for a larger percentage as far as for your compensation? What's wrong with asking the car dealer or the real estate agent or the buyer, the seller rather, for money off? What's wrong with that? You asking puts you in a position that, hey, you probably wouldn't have been there if you hadn't asked. And I'm talking about for the better. So learn to ask, learn to really, really ask and be bold and confident, and don't be sheepish. And it's like, this is what I want. I'm asking you for this. And be specific and be exact. Don't sit up there and let your voice crack. Don't drop your head. Don't make excuses. Don't sit around there and once they're silent, say, okay, no, that's all right. You can give me what you want. I mean, be bold. Be bold. The world needs men and women who are bold and who know exactly what they want, who ask for it. And you guys know how I feel about that, who put the massive action in to go ahead and get out there and do it. You can succeed on your terms. You really can. But many now let's look at the number one reason why people don't ask. Fear. They're afraid to. They are really afraid. Now you can quote fear what? Fear of rejection. Maybe they're going to say no. Some people don't ask because, get this, fear of actually getting what they want. They don't feel that they can handle it. Of whatever your excuse is, or whatever your reason is, why limit yourself? Why not ask for the whole dang barrel of apples? I mean, what's wrong? I mean, you get them, great, go share them with someone else, but at least you got them. Ask. I made it my mission to be bold and to be expectant and to communicate what I'm looking for. I remember one time I was applying for a position, and the owner, the supervisor rather, told me the job paid between this range and this range. I said, well, I'm automatically going to start at this range right here. It was the top range of the job. She was silent. She said, okay, because I was bold. I mean, I was bold with it. Now, what if I wouldn't have did that? Where I am right now, it probably would have took me several months, if not a couple of years, just to get there. But just because I asked, well, I knew I had the experience. I knew I had the confidence. I knew I had the education. So why not? I mean, what did I have to lose? What I probably would have took the job if it was a lesser tier? Probably not, because it just simply wouldn't have been worth my time to go in and do that. But I just went and asked. And I got what I received, and I wasn't a bit surprised. I wasn't like, wow, she actually did that. Now, when you guys start doing this, ladies and gentlemen, when you start asking for what you want and you start receiving it, don't act surprised when they say, okay, we can do that. Treat it like it's just another day in the park. And then once you get out in front of their presence, then you can go out there and call your significant other, call your boy, your girl, or call your parents like, wow, I got it. I can't believe they gave that to me. Man, I didn't expect to do that. That's the time you can say it, but you don't dare say it in front of the person you ask. Why? Because, it communicates like, wow, they're really not used to success. They're really not used to anything. If this is exciting them, I mean, gosh, I could go ahead. I shouldn't have gave them that at all. And so they will remember that next time, you're up for another promotion and stuff like that, because you didn't leave me confident. There is a time to get excited. There really is a time to get excited. I believe in being excited. I believe in the energy that it brings. There's a time to be as cool as the other side of the pillow, as the late great Stuart Stott would say. You gotta act like, what? Hey, this is real. This is how I live. This is no big deal for me. I'm used. I was expecting to get that. In your heart, you can be like, wow, home run. Like, man, I sank a hole in one, or I hit a full court jump shot. In your mind, you can be jumping in leaps and bounds, but your presence and your appearance has to show, like, what, this is how I operate, just a normal thing. I'm not talking about cockiness. I'm talking about appreciation. Now, once you receive that, say, great. Well, I'm willing to start here, and I'm willing to do on this day, and look forward to working with you. That's all you have to do. You don't have to walk out there, like, oh, thank you so much. I so appreciate you doing this. I don't know. I was on my last straw. Had you wouldn't have did this. No, stop that foolishness. That communicates weakness, not appreciation. You can actually afterwards, you can actually send a card, or say, thank you for your time. It's great meeting you. You don't have to mention anything about the getting what you want, because you know what, that's already been communicated. And so let's learn this lesson very well. This thing will serve you. I mean, it seems like God is dropping so much in my spirit. Since I turned in my 50s, and now late 50s and things like that. So he's given me so many of these life experiences. I wish I would have applied at 20, man. How far I would have been, how far some of you guys would have been if you just simply asked for what you want. As a younger man, as a real young man, like teenager and early 20s, there was this girl I just absolutely gorgeous. I was so attracted to her, and she was, man, we had a lot of good time, a lot of communication. That's all, pretty much all we did. And she and then and something happened. We talked years gone by. I was like in my late 30s then. And I said, why didn't we never get married? We would have been perfect. And she told me this: you never asked me. You never asked me. Wow, you talk about the one that got away. I definitely would have still been with her right now. But she just simply told me, you never asked me. Taught me a very powerful lesson. Too bad I had to learn it. Too bad I had to learn about 30 years too late. But really with her. But I apply that right now. Ask. It's nothing wrong with asking people. It's nothing wrong with asking for what you want. It's nothing wrong with doing that, and it's expected. The higher levels you go up in life, the more it is expected for you to communicate clearly and articulate exactly what you want out of the deal. Forget this foolishness and forget this foolishness. Any old thing you give me will do. I'll just take anything. No, it sounds cool, but guess what? You often get just anything, and when you do get just anything, sometimes you're very, very upset. Why? That's what you asked for. You asked for just anything. So anything can be a fraction of the thing that you thought that you deserved. And you got that. So, you don't have to be upset with anybody but yourself. But if you want to go and move forward, which I believe you do, start making some changes in your life. Life is about a series of simple steps, not real big giant leaps. Simple steps, simple steps. Maybe you cut down on the carbs just a little bit. Maybe you leave the refined sugar. Maybe you just cut down on it. Maybe just get it down to twice a day. And then maybe you get it down to one time a day. Then you get it. Maybe you get it down to like one time every 3 days. But you're making progress where it's simply out of your life, and you're going to reap the benefits. But that's just an example. If you want to be great and you want to achieve great things, ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you, you're going to have discipline, and you're going to have mentorship. And the biggest discipline you're going to have is on you. You're going to have to hold yourself accountable. You're going to have to change your vocabulary, change your thinking, change your self-talk, and how you deal with yourself. But more importantly, when you get out in the arena to compete, and the market to compete, they want to know what you're there for. Showing up is not enough. Working hard is not enough. You got to ask for what you want, and you got to expect to get it. If you shoot at what is that old saying? If you shoot at the moon, if you shoot at the stars, rather, you may hit the moon. But why not expect to hit the stars? But guess what? The moon is pretty darn good, because you know what? That beats more than what you would have got had you wouldn't have said anything. So we're going to let you guys think about that, let you marinate on that. As often I like you guys to apply this stuff, because it will work. These are time-proven principles that go way beyond me. I just simply articulate them and ask you to apply them to your life. I'm asking that you make your life better. Remember, the name of this channel is Find Ways to Win. We want you to help you win in life on your terms. Win at what, Fitzgerald? What you want. You may make it a better life for yourself, make it a better life for those you love, being more confident, being more bold, being more audacious, achieving more territory, gaining more skills, achieving a greater state of a clear, clean mind. We want to see you win. And so that's all. That's enough for me right now. If asked you guys to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I'm really trying to make a push to grow this channel. Once again, I had a devastating loss. That kind of took me out the game, but it's time to get back to work. It's time to get back and engage. It's time to find ways to win. And playtime is over, ladies and gentlemen. We're running out of time to do the things that we want to do, or should I say, we don't think as much time. We don't think we have as much time as we do. So ask for what you want. Be bold, be confident, be audacious, be expectant, but don't make the mistake and think people can read your mind. This could be a great thing to help marriages, especially when it comes with wives or girlfriends communicating to their boyfriends or husband. Men, we don't read minds. Very few of us actually take hints. You got to ask us. You got to ask. Spell out Pacific. Oh, that's simple. We're built different. But the same thing applies to both sexes. Ask. People like to be asked. The boss likes to be asked for the promotion. The girl likes to be asked, can you go out with her? The guy likes to be asked, hey, can we do something different? Everyone likes to be asked. It's actually a form of respect that you think enough of them to ask for it. And people will remember you when you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for once again tuning in to Find Ways to Win. Hit that like, subscribe, share button, and we'll see you next time. Hit that notification bell so when I come in, you know exactly what we're getting ready to do. Appreciate you guys' time, and peace and blessings to y'all.